Hello and welcome to Bomb Squad, an In Dreams production where we diffuse the news. Now, my name's Andrew Moulton and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host Chris Sloan. How are you?
I'm good. Not bad.
Okay, there was a little hesitation there.
Well, just...
What's that about?
Well, it's just tired.
It's okay, you can talk to me.
We're on the come down, aren't we? From, E3 was last time.
True. It's been a little while since we've got together.
Yeah, everything's just sort of, everyone's sort of... I feel like we've all landed
Yeah.
from the excitement and we're all just sort of now chilling out a little bit.
Yeah, taking it all in, thinking about the future, thinking about what's going to come up.
We're excited about what's coming up, but we understand that we now have to wait. We're in a waiting period.
No, yeah, you're right.
Which sucks.
I do like the fact that I'm assuming this is to get over that come down period. You've started wearing an ankle bracelet, a nice little pink ankle bracelet. Can you talk me through that?
Firstly,
yeah,
you don't have to call it an ankle bracelet. It's called an anklet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those in the know.
Yeah. So obviously, if you're typing it into Amazon, I know it was Prime Day recently, you might be able to get some anklets.
Okay. Is that where you got it from?
No.
Okay.
I got mine when I was backpacking through the Himalayas.
Was this since E3?
Yes. Yeah.
You have been busy.
Yeah. And it was a goat herder made it for me from
goat hair.
Wool.
Pink goats.
Well, they dye them first; they can see them.
Fair
because
enough.
Otherwise, they lose the goats to Himalayan foxes.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, well, I'm glad we've cleared that up. Now, during your stay in the Himalayan mountains with the goat herders, did you get any chance to play any games? I assume the internet connection up there must have been a bit iffy.
Yeah, it was actually. No, I've played. I managed when I got back. I did play. I've played it quite a lot actually since we've last spoken. Some of it is stuff that we've already talked a little bit about. So I'll blitz over that. I've been playing. I've got back into The Witcher a bit. Some playing a bit of that. I've sort of caught up to, or just about caught up to where I finished, or where I sort of got to the first time around I played it. So excited to carry on with that, see where it goes. I've put a bit more into Persona 5.
Yeah.
So I'm now, I think I'm about 7 hours into that game. So
have you moved past the abusive PE teacher?
No.
You're still well in the middle.
Teacher,
okay,
definitely. Okay. And so I'm about 7 hours. I've got 93 hours left to go. In that
nice. Yeah.
It's going strong. The two games that I've mostly been playing, that I think you can talk about this first one a bit as well, is I've got a little bit back into Hearthstone.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we've both been playing it together actually.
Yeah, nice. It's been really fun. We were doing a couple of arena runs, checking out some of the single player as well, whether that's on a Tavern Brawl or what was the single player expansion? Was it Dalaran Heist?
Yes.
Was it called that? Something like
that. Good question. Yeah. The League of Shadows is the latest thing.
Yeah. Was that the single player, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maybe that's the overall expansion.
Yeah, I still can't remember the names of stuff. Yeah. But
Dalaran, Shadows, Leagues, things like that.
Which is great because, I can get back and I'm just watching endless hours of Hearthstone entertainment on YouTube. And
absolutely.
It's just such a good game.
It is so much fun. At its core, it's just a very good game and just very enjoyable to not only play, but also to just watch along.
Yeah.
Like I like watching other people play, like on Twitch and things like that. But I also just like watching you play, for example, or you watching me play.
Yeah.
Because you can watch someone and think, oh, I wouldn't have done that, or I would have done that, and then you can see the repercussions of what would have happened if you had or hadn't. And it's fun to kind of engage, even if you don't have to physically be like engaging with it.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's one of those as well where I've got to the point now. I've got back into it enough where I'm getting a little bit. Oh, I just want to spend some money in it.
Oh dear.
Because
dear.
The problem is as well. It's a free to play game, but obviously when expansions come out, new cards come out, and then you do earn them just through, when you get packs through doing your daily quests or whatever. But
yeah, and I feel like they've definitely got a bit more generous with the reward system.
I was thinking as well. I was going to text you this, but I opened up I think like 7 packs through quests, not through buying them.
Yeah.
And I got like 4 legendaries, which is the most rare things you can get.
I think that's quite rare to have that happen. But still, that's great though.
I couldn't believe it. But I dusted them straight away.
Yeah, of course.
Need to get that.
Destroy them.
But basically, because I'm at the point now, right, I've made probably almost for each class, I've made a cheap deck.
Right, okay, yeah.
That
Excellent.
I can sort of kind of win up to about rank 14 with.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how Hearthstone works. There's a sort of ranked ladder going from 22 to 1, I think it is.
I think it's 50 now it goes up to, doesn't it?
50?
Yeah, it goes up to 50 now. Okay. They've completely changed it to try and make it easier for people who dip in and out to still have a competitive situation with people like them and not...
Well, I've never gone lower than... Like 22 or something.
Yeah.
But actually, you can't drop lower once you get to a point, can you? There's like tiers.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so I've got a sort of deck. I've got a deck for almost every class. I think probably weirdly I don't have one for mage yet. Because mage is like my class. I've got a golden hero.
Very, very
cool.
Cool.
Win 500 matches with it.
An addict is what they call the people.
Yeah, they do. Or someone who's just spent way too much money on it.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm at the point where I kind of want some more fun decks. Yeah. Because the ones I've got are cool and can win. But they're a bit cheesy.
Like,
they're a
interesting to play.
Yeah.
As a way.
And then you watch some people on YouTube. You watch people like Criparian or Brian Kibler or Tice and people like that who are really good.
Yeah.
Hearthstone players, and they're playing like these really interesting, like crazy decks when you get the right combination of cards. And I'm like, oh, but you need each deck needs probably like 3 different legendaries that cost 1,600 dust, which is a lot. So you're it's one of those things where you're like, oh, I do want.
It's the balance. Yeah, I feel like it's the kind of game, like the amount of hours we've put into it, that you can justify every now and then just dipping your toes in and spending a bit of money on it, because it's that with these kind of games, I don't generally try to weigh up a cost and time thing. Generally speaking, I always avoid that. I'm always happy to play however much for like a 2-hour amazing experience. With this kind of game, because it's the kind of thing you just keep on playing throughout life, I'm kind of like, well, I do put in a ton of time into this, so therefore it's justified to spend X amount on it every now and then.
I think, I don't know when it came, what year did it come out? It's like
2014.
2014 or 2019. I was a little bit late to it, probably like a year after.
I think I got in just as the beta was finishing, so I got a golden card for being part of the beta, which was... the guy, it's like a goblin-y guy who he has a little machine that comes down which can turn things into chickens.
Oh, yeah.
You know the guy that I'm talking about?
Called? That's gonna be annoying.
Not a Mechaneer, something. Anyway,
I can't remember,
you got a golden version of that, which I think that's the only way you were able to get a golden. You can't craft it, which is nice.
Yeah, so I think probably over like the last 4 years.
Yeah, probably 2015 is probably
the game that I've played most. Yeah, like put most time into.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Definitely the one I've spent the most money on.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so really glad that I'm back into that a little bit, but I'm worried about the expense. About
the bank statement.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun to dip in and out of. The other game that I've been playing is Mario Maker 2.
Oh, yeah. Well, this features in our bet later on, doesn't it?
Yes, it will. We will come back to Mario Maker 2. But, so I've played a fair bit of it, actually, but I've only scratched the surface in terms of what I'm doing with it, because basically, I think I've done a fair bit of the story mode in it, which is basically... here's a list of levels, do these levels, which is basically what it is. There's a percentage of how much you've rebuilt Peach's castle. And I think I've done just over a third of it.
Okay.
I've also dipped into a few of the like other levels that people have made. There's obviously like a top list of them. There's a new list. And also you see people like post them on Twitter and people you've made levels. So you always want to jump in. I actually did a level that one of my actual real life friends made as well.
Oh, cool.
Excellent. Which was kind of a Pac-Man themed level, which was fun. But I was the first person to beat it, and I beat it with like 0.02 seconds remaining on the clock, so it was quite good. But
proper close shave.
But yeah, that's basically what I've done. I've not even had a go at creating a level yet. And I have bought myself a little stylus. So,
nice to make it look a bit easier.
So I am gonna have a go at that, but
definitely.
It's super fun. It's basically like any Mario game, any sort of 2D Mario game that you've played. Yeah. But with crazy stuff, because you can do
whatever you possibly can think of, you can make it in there.
And the ones that Nintendo have made are really cool. They're really fun as well. But some of the ones that people have made are hilarious. I haven't played this one, but I saw on Twitter and someone posted a video of them completing this level that was just utterly ridiculous.
Is it the one where it's a minute long and there's all the flaming spinning things? Oh my goodness,
and it's just full of them, and it's like you have to. There's only like one route you can take to possibly survive in it, and if you don't do that, it's crazy.
Yeah, if you can seek this video out, it is incredible. Even if you don't understand games, play games, or anything, you'll still appreciate what happens in this video. It's sensational.
I'll try and find what the level's called, and I'll say it later on.
Yeah. No, good idea. No, from what little I've seen of it, it seems like such a cool. Obviously, it was a cool.
We had
idea
a little go as well. I brought it around here the other week.
Yeah. Obviously, it plays like Mario, so it plays fantastically. But it's just cool to see the community spirit and kind of the creativity of everyone else around.
I wasn't even sure I was actually going to buy this game, but it's one of those that's actually just like you're always going to be able to have fun with it because it's always going to be something new that someone's made. Yeah. Or so if you've got a Nintendo Switch, it's such a definitely buy that.
If you are thinking of like money and time investment, this is the kind of thing which you could spend forever just playing other people's levels.
And it's an easy one to dip into if you're just
because it's still Mario at the core. Excellent.
Yes, that's basically that's pretty much all I've played. I think that's about it. But quite a lot actually. I put a number of hours and stuff, which has been fun. Well,
I'm kind of in a similar vein in that. Yes, Hearthstone was probably been the thing that I've played most over the last couple of weeks, just getting back into it with the expansions and the upcoming one. In terms of other things, there's only really been 2 other games. I keep on going back to The Witcher. I just cannot give it up. I've kind of now come to the decision that I'm going to not soon, but at some point attempt to platinum it and get every trophy. So I've been clearing off a load of those kind of random ones like set 10 people on fire and then shoot them in the head with an arrow. Those kind of trophies. I've just been kind of making my way through those. The majority that I've got left, I've got 1 or 2 of those type of things, and then it's all of the Gwent stuff, which I need to make my way through at some point. And then I need to play the game on its hardest difficulty. So
really? You're going to do that?
That is going to be interesting. That's going to be a while away till I actually properly get into that. Other than that, I dipped into the other game we had on the bet, which was Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So I've been dipping into that a bit, kind of getting back into the groove. That's a game which, when it came out on PlayStation 1, a couple of my friends and I played it so much. So it's been nice to get back into it, see those levels suddenly look really, really nice and vibrant. And just a lot of fun. Really hard game. It's actually a very, very hard game, but a lot of fun.
Apparently it takes a little bit more skill, that one, than like Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think it might, at least just from my surface level knowledge of Mario Kart as well. It's nigh on impossible to ever win a race by just driving straight, or by just driving. You have to be drifting, jumping, doing all these different things to get extra boosts. So there's a lot of extra things like that. But a lot of fun. Nice to see the characters and the levels looking nice again. And the other game that I've just been playing actually today, I just started today, was A Plague Tale: Innocence, which I think I spoke a little bit about previously. From what I'd heard, it's living up exactly to that. Very, very story focused. It's part walking simulator, part kind of stealth game with the tiniest bit of action thrown in there. But the thing which has really surprised me is I've probably played about an hour and a half or 2 hours today, and the dread and the kind of just horrible nature of what's happening in that game is unrelenting. Like it's so dark. But so far story pretty good, music, graphics, everything fantastic so far, especially for such a small team. But very enjoying it. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Awesome.
In the future. Right. So what is it? Oh, it's time to diffuse the news, Chris. That's what it is.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna blow up at that point, but no.
I was worried.
We're fine. In terms of news, not a great deal.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of weeks, I've got a couple of things which I'll just kind of run through, and if there's anything of interest, then we can kind of discuss it. Season 2 of Apex Legends started for new class, a new character called Watson, and big map changes. I don't know if you remember in the map. Do you remember in the distance there were those big old dinosaur things like in the water?
Yeah.
So they are now walking across the map, and they can stomp on you if you're underneath it.
Oh, cool.
So and then there's like flying like pterodactyls, which you can shoot, and they'll shoot down loot if you kill them.
Oh, that's cool.
So they're doing some fun things, and so far the buzz that I've seen has been pretty positive from season 2 starting. Because season 1 was quite negative, but people are seem pretty jazzed about it so far. The studio Remedy, who did Alan Wake and Quantum Break and the upcoming Control, they have regained their publishing rights for Alan Wake, which what that really means though is that Alan Wake might be coming to other platforms.
Nice.
So we might get Alan Wake on the PS4, which is very exciting for myself because I always wanted to play it due to it being described as Twin Peaks as a game, which I love the idea of. There is a new Hearthstone expansion coming out. I think it is next month. I don't think it's coming out this month. And that is called Saviors of Ul'dan. So I think the last one was the League of Shadows.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I was talking about the single player bit though.
Yeah, the single player.
Not the expansion.
Yeah, what did you call it?
Dalaran Heist?
Dalaran Heist. You're absolutely
right.
correct.
Yeah.
You're 100%
Cool.
spot on. So that's coming out next month. We've got some fantastic Pro Evolution Soccer news. Don't know if you've seen this.
I heard about this.
Yeah, well, the first one was that they've licensed Man United. So they had a contract of Liverpool to have kind of not exclusive, but just have their license. That's expired, so they've now picked up Man United in replacement. Mm-hmm. The bigger news, though, which just recently came out a couple of days ago, is that they are the exclusive partner of Juventus.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that exclusivity runs through the name of the club, the kit, the stadium, and one other thing. Something else. But those are the main things, so the visuals and obviously the name. What it doesn't mean is they don't have exclusive rights on the names of the players.
Right.
So you will still get Cristiano Ronaldo in FIFA. However...
So FIFA are not going to be able to call them Juventus?
No, they can't.
Wow.
And what they are going to be calling them is, I should have had this up, is it's so weird. Where is the name of the thing? As I'm coming to that...
Black and White Turin. Black and White
Turin, exactly. Did you see anything about the Spider-Man PS4 game?
Was it the VR one?
No. There's two costumes from Far From Home.
Wait, don't say. So it's the actual new costume that he makes in the film, and it's also is it Night Monkey?
Yeah, the black one.
Night Monkey. It's a good joke in the film.
So then
European Spider-Man. It's Night Monkey.
Gotcha.
But it's actually him.
Gotcha. Back to Pro Evo and FIFA. So FIFA 20 will now be calling Juventus. Bear from the pronunciation.
Oh.
Piemonte Calcio. Spelled Pi, as in P-I-E. M-O-N-T-E.
Okay.
Piemonte. And then C-A-L-C-I-O.
Okay.
Calcio.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Juventus is going to be called in FIFA.
What does that mean?
I think it's... I don't think there was a specific...
Wait, let me Google it. You keep talking.
Yeah. So, yeah, all of the players will still be the normal names. However, they won't be called that, and they won't have the kit, and they won't have the badge. The logo is the badge, and the stadium. So, yeah, Konami have made put a lot of effort into this. So when you can see on their kind of trailers and stuff, they all look fantastic, and the stadium looks incredible. Funny thing about Pro Evo is they use the Fox engine for it.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the one that Kojima made with
it's just the region of Italy, right? It's not like saying.
Fair enough.
I was hoping it was going to be like a little dig at them.
Yeah. So Kojima Productions made the Fox engine for Metal Gear Solid, and then Konami also, basically Konami owned it, so they started using it for Pro Evo. So players that have been scanned into the game look like incredible in that game.
I mean, I don't really play FIFA anymore, but that was the thing. FIFA had that was the reason. That was one of the reasons you bought FIFA over Pro Evo.
Yeah, because of all the licensing.
You didn't have to go through and edit every single player in the team you support.
Maybe we're seeing a comeback. We'll see. It's don't know. Probably
it's
not.
Weird how you can license that.
Yeah,
it's so weird,
especially for exclusive.
I Although to be fair, that Juventus logo now is terrible.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke. Yeah.
FIFA should just put the old logo on.
That would be the right thing to do. Yeah.
But I suppose you've got Ronaldo. Who else? Delict has just gone there. Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah.
Who's the Argentinian guy?
Dybala.
Yeah, Dybala.
Yeah. Well, he might be about to leave.
Buffon's just gone back, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yeah.
Juventus are
they've got an amazing team, actually. To be fair,
they do. Really competitive league in Italy now.
Indeed, exactly. That's enough football talk.
Is that, yes.
Yeah, that's enough football talk. I have a few little things.
I didn't want to mention about Man United being the other team.
No, I thought you wouldn't want to. First look at the Witcher TV show.
Oh yeah, the pictures came
Henry
out.
Cavill, who I think is now looking a lot better.
Yeah, those first pictures came out. You were kind of like, ooh,
yeah,
he looks a bit too pretty.
Yes,
and these kind of look a bit better now. There's lighting on it, and
yeah. And just to clear up the two swords business.
Oh yeah, so my immediate reaction was, where's
that other sword?
Where's the silver one?
So I did a little bit of digging, and the TV series is based on the book. And in the book, he normally only takes his steel sword with him, and he leaves his silver sword on Roach, because of the fact that the silver sword is rarely actually needed, and it's very fragile, so he only uses it in special circumstances. And in the latest little picture they tweeted out of Roach, you can actually see a tiny bit of silver just on the right-hand side of the horse, which obviously is indicating the silver sword.
I'm quite excited by that. I hope it's not going to be a massive letdown.
Yeah, I think it probably will be. However, so far, good vibes from the pictures.
Yeah,
they're looking. And
the thing as well, I don't know anything about the books or the first two games. Actually,
all my knowledge is based on The Witcher 3 and the interactions of characters you have in that game, and that's it. But yeah, so looking good. We're a bit late to this now, but there was a Stranger Things crossover with Fortnite, because that is what you do now.
Was there actually?
Yeah, there was the Stranger Things. The demigod was walking around.
Oh, the Demigorgon.
Demigorgon, that's it. And there was a couple of other things I think happening. That because if you want to launch any sort of new series of TV, a film, or any piece of entertainment, you do it through Fortnite now, because it's the biggest advertising platform.
Yeah, it kind of makes me less excited to watch season 3 of.
Yeah, no, they're prostituting themselves to Fortnite.
Yeah,
disgusting.
I'll still watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing we've got one big bit of news, but the other small thing I had was that randomly the PS Plus lineup got changed the day before it went live. So there was meant to be Pro Evolution Soccer 2019. And then all of a sudden that got switched for Detroit, which is, I would argue, is an upgrade in overall kind of games. However, obviously we've got it already. So
already played Detroit.
Yeah, it's already paid
Pro
for
it.
However, very weird. Konami said it's completely Sony's decision, and Sony didn't really comment on it. So that's that.
So they can do what they want, really, can't they, I suppose?
Yeah. The biggest news that's happened, though, and I'm going to turn my page for this, is there's a new Switch.
What?
And in fact, as of today, as of this morning, there's 2 new Switches.
So a more powerful, exciting Switch that can play better games and...
Almost. We'll come to that one. First of all, the Switch Lite.
Yeah.
Which is a smaller, lighter, better battery life version of the Switch.
Same like power and everything, isn't there?
Yes. Yeah. It is, you can't take off the Joy-Con, so it's
just a handheld. There's no TV support.
Imagine your PSP blown up bigger, or your PS Vita. A couple of different colours with it. Very cool looking Pokemon.
The Pokemon one
looks
amazing.
Very cool. Launching with the game.
It's got the 2 legendaries on the back, I think.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's kind of grey with. Is it light blue and red buttons, I think? Yeah, really, really nice looking. But this new Switch is, they've kind of shrunk down the screen a bit, shrunk down the overall size.
I didn't realise they shrunk the screen.
Yeah, slightly smaller screen as well. Much cheaper. I think it starts at $199. I'm not sure if we actually have the UK pricing yet.
No, I don't think we do.
I imagine it'll be $199.
Yeah.
Around about that. So, a fair bit cheaper. Lighter, longer battery life. One big thing, though, which... kind of initially I was like, oh, this looks exciting. Then I noticed it was a bit smaller in the screen department. I was like, nah. And then also, there's no way of actually connecting it to the TV. So there's no dock connector, and there's actually just no way at all. There's no kind of adapter you can use or anything like that to do it. So this is a purely portable device.
I wonder if you can add any other controllers to it. like sync up other Joy-Cons or a Pro controller? Or
good question. I'm not.
I imagine not. Maybe.
Yeah,
but then I guess it kind of stops you from being able to play like party or local.
Yeah. Although with it being
Mario
smaller, is the idea that you wouldn't do that because there's no kickstand on it either.
There's no kickstand.
No.
Okay. Maybe, I guess you probably can't add any other controllers.
Yeah. That you might well be able to, but I'm not sure you really want to at this point now.
If you can't hook
massively small.
You can't hook it to a TV then.
Yeah.
Not having.
Yeah. So that's that. It's probably a good idea.
I think it's cool. I think they're gonna sell.
Yeah, it does. I feel like it does go slightly in the face of the idea of the Switch. Like it now doesn't switch anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that I know that you kind of don't want to call it something different. But it's not really a Switch, but it is. Yeah,
it's more like a extended 2DS kind of.
Yeah,
is more what it's like. But yeah, I'm sure it'll sell well, especially at the lower price.
Yeah. Because it's kind of coming into take on the sort of price that your PS4 is almost now.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
Yeah.
PS4 Slim, absolutely. Then today we had there was rumours that this had already happened and they just hadn't announced it, but then they did officially announce it today. Is that there is a new Switch, which is exactly the same as the old Switch, other than I think 3 key details. Which one, it's got 2 hours more battery, so going from I think between like 2.5 to 7 hours was the kind of, depending on the game, to 4.5 and 9. A slightly new processor and memory inside, so it should maybe a slightly better frame rate, slightly quicker loading of games,
cool.
And of the like. Same price, everything stays the same otherwise, and that will be in shops I think in September in the UK. So I think it's in America it's going to come out, but yeah. So it's basically a small revision. I think we're still waiting on next year for a potential Switch Pro device. Which we'll see if it happens, but there are rumours.
A Switch Advanced,
exactly.
That's what I'd call it.
So I think that pretty much takes up most of the news that I could find over the last couple of weeks.
Have we successfully diffused the news though?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say today we've diffused the news.
Yeah, I think it was quite easy today.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much sort of meaty, sort of controversial topics.
No, exactly. We'll wait for a couple of weeks for something to rear its head, I'm sure.
Something more.
Absolutely.
They'll probably explain which specific Pokemon aren't in the new game.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone will kick off again.
Yeah. So, what we'll do then is we'll swiftly move on to our halftime. Because although we didn't have much news, we have done a lot of talking. So let's sit back, relax, and play a little game. And we're gonna go back all the way back to episode 1 of Bomb Squad, and we're gonna do the good old review bombed game. And that's where I look at a couple of different games on Metacritic. I go to the user reviews. I find a review with 0 out of 10. And I'm going to replay that to you, and you need to tell me what game I've just described.
Now, before we start the game, I don't want to, just completely disagree with you.
Yeah.
Was it episode 1 that we played this? Or was it episode 2?
Maybe not.
Because I feel like episode 1 we did we made our own game, didn't we? With Touching Hearth.
Whatever.
I just don't want everyone...
abusing
you in the streets.
I think you are right. My Twitter would have exploded. My deactivated Twitter would have exploded. I've been getting Instagram DMs saying, "Wow, how can you lie to us like this? It was episode 2."
All these women are sort of sliding into your DMs because you get things wrong.
Typical. Right. Well,
sorry. So we're playing Review Bomb.
Review Bombed. I think it's bombed.
And
let's go with
they're all 0 out of 10 user reviews. For
all user reviews.
I need to tell you the game.
Yeah, I'm going to give you the year as well.
Oh,
okay.
Cool. What? And how many are we doing? How many?
We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. Okay, we got this.
Now, just as before, I have to make you aware that every now and then I have slightly changed
the word.
To take out the name,
That's
the
cool.
developer, things like that.
Hi guys, welcome to How Long Is It Until We Can Play Pokemon Sword and Shield. This time it is 74 days until we can finally play Pokemon Sword and Shield on our Nintendo Switches. Now I don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit antsy waiting for this game, so I've decided to take things into my own hands. Now, here at Bomb Squad, we're not going to get an early copy of the game. We're not going to be able to play it before anyone else. So I've decided I'm going to fly to Japan. I'm going to go to Game Freak. Going to go to Game Freak themselves, and I'm going to demand a copy of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I need to know if Magmar's in there, because if Magmar's not in that game, I don't want anything to do with the Pokemon game without Magmar in it. I'm going to be honest with you right now. Okay, 74 days. You know, I don't want to drop my hard-earned money on a Pokemon game with no Magmar in it. So, I'm going to find out for myself. Thanks for listening to How Long Is It Until We Can Play Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Alright then, yeah, first game.
Come on. I just want to predict I'm getting 5 out of 5 right now.
Okay, that's absolutely fine by me.
I'm going to do it for half a half.
Okay, so, first game. 2010.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm less confident now.
Hold on, let me just clear my throat for a little bit of water.
Oh.
Alright, sorry about that. Okay. Imagine renting a mediocre movie, press play, and then it pauses itself every 5 seconds, leaving you to decipher some random button pressing on the remote to get it going again. What the fuck? This must be the last 5 years' biggest swing and miss project I have ever encountered. The many 10 reviews can only be explained by the big step up in the graphics department, which I agree is substantial. This is not groundbreaking game development. The idea of combining a great movie with interactive gameplay was perfected with Mass Effect and many others before. So I felt obligated to pile on with a warning to future potential buyers. If you are not impressed by graphics, if you don't enjoy pressing and holding one button, then another, then another, then another in order for your bad movie to continue, stay away. Also, I understand their next installment is even worse, which is hard to imagine.
Right.
That's the end.
Okay, is that the end? 2010?
That's the end. 2010.
Okay, so I wrote down 2 games or 2 franchises first, and then I changed at the very last minute. And was that. So the first thing I wrote down, the 2 that I wrote down were so Metal Gear, because obviously, you know, cutscenes like that. But then I think they were talking about more simple gameplay than
it seemed to be.
The other one I said was Uncharted, like a movie with things. But 2010, I can't think when those games came out in my head. But the pressing, the holding, and another button, that leads me to think it's a Quantic Dream.
Okay.
It's 2010. My guess would be Heavy Rain.
Is that your final answer?
That I'm going to go with it, yeah. That is going to be my final answer.
Okay. You are correct.
Yeah, boys.
Their next installment is even worse.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't know if we talked about this before on this podcast, but so I didn't play Beyond Two Souls for ages because of that. Because the reviews were kind of meh.
Yeah, they
weren't bad.
They were like low 7s type of thing. Whereas Heavy Rain was the high 8s type of thing.
Yeah, I loved Heavy Rain. It's more on me, really. But I played it about a year ago, I think. Not Detroit,
I think I remember when you did.
I played it before Detroit came out.
Yes, actually. Yeah.
No, I played Detroit late, but yeah. But I played Beyond, loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it really goes really cool. Places. Yeah. Really goes
It's
places.
all like told out of order as well. It's quite cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, right, 1 out of 1.
Okay, good start. Right, next game, 2016. So only 3 years ago. Seriously, this is truly one awful game. The story is pretty much non-existent. The side quests are the worst in an RPG to date. Deliver tomatoes, collect frogs, find wax for your car, collect dog tags. Seriously, what the fuck? The combat is garbage and essentially consists of holding 2 different buttons. The world is too big and empty. They clearly made the retarded choice of favouring size over density. The graphics range from good to garbage. This is probably the worst one of these games I've ever played. The only original thing about the game is the logo. That's it. Stay away from this garbage at all costs.
Oh, I'm struggling now. What were they? Sorry, so the side quests were...
The side quests are the worst in an RPG to date. Deliver tomatoes, collect frogs, find wax for your car, collect dog tags. Seriously?
No, I think I know what it is from the collect frogs.
Yeah?
Was it that year?
2016, 3 years ago.
Yeah, I want to say Final Fantasy 15.
Is that your final answer?
Well, the car thing makes sense as well. Yeah, I'll go with that.
You're correct.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I remember the frog one because there's the woman. She's like a scientist.
Yeah.
And you have to go and collect frogs.
Yeah. You're right. But... Yeah. 0 out of 10. Terrible game.
Well, there's one chapter in that game that I would. Although they changed it, I think after I played it when it came out.
Chapter 13 was it?
Chapter 13, where it turns into like a survival horror game.
Yeah. I never got to that bit, but I think I've seen a few.
That game's really good. We're probably going to talk a little bit about it later, so I'll hold off.
Oh, excellent.
I think.
Oh yeah, no, we are. Yeah, I was about to go, why are we talking about that? Oh yeah, we will be. Absolutely. So next game, 2014. 0 out of 10, by the way. Okay. Complete and total pay-to-win game. The game is just built to milk money from people. There is like 10% skill involved, and all else is pay or RNG to win. 0 out of 10.
Yeah, so I think this one's become easy. Was it Hearthstone?
It was.
We did.
Yeah.
I got the release date off you earlier.
Yeah, you did.
It's almost like I knew.
Exactly.
Pay to win.
Cheeky. All the RNG.
Maybe.
Okay. So we're going back a little bit further now.
Uh-oh.
Not too far, but a decade ago, 2009. The game sucks.
I love it. The game sucks.
There's no real challenge to it, and you just keep launching them into tiny little forts trying to hurt them aside. There's really no point in creating a level-based game in a mobile device. I hate the fact that this game is so popular in an era where Doodle Jump was born. After you're done with it, that's it. There's no motive to ever open the app again, other than to collect all the little stars, which I did, and achieve absolutely nothing.
Which I did.
Just to let you know, I did do it. 0 out of 10.
I'm going to say it was Angry Birds.
It was 2009.
That's crazy. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
How many movies have we got now of the Angry Birds? I think it's like 3.
I think the third one's coming out. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
I'm 4 for 4.
Yeah.
This is the hardest one.
I think it might be, but we'll see. It's also the longest.
Okay.
I was about to say the name of the game then. 2013. Okay. Think about the year.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a free copy of this when I was forced to purchase a new PS3 with my first generation model finally croaked. This bundle was the least expensive deal, so that's the only reason I got the game. And I'm glad I didn't spend a single dime on this piece of crap game. The industry complex, for some reason, loves to herald the developer as a great game developer. And all this game is a smut-ridden, foul language, oversaturating, horrible game mechanics, terrible gun battling, stereotyping piece of garbage. Just like every other one in the series. I don't know why I bothered to pop it into my console and dirty it up. No clue. How does this game have such a huge rating? How? The driving is terrible. The shooting? Snap L2 and you instantly aim it and track your opponents. And if you fail a mission, you have to start all over again. The story is terrible. And so what if the city is a big sprawling city? So what? And don't even get me started in multiplayer mode. This is a piece of trash like nothing ever before it, except for the previous one. These games are the reason the game industry gets hammered and hounded, and the bad part is they're not even good. They placate to a crowd of the gaming community that are as low as the characters in the game. 0 out of 10.
I think it's GTA 5, is it?
It is GTA 5. Cool. You're correct.
Oh, that's that was an angry parent.
That was that was an angry parent who saw their kid with the taxi and driving along.
Yeah, they probably were. Do you know what? I made the mistake of admitting that I played that game in front of a group of young people.
Oh no!
And they just said to me, "Oh, sir, did you go to the strip club?"
Oh
and
no!
And I was like, "Oh no!
Oh no!
I can't."
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I did.
The problem is, I swear that there's one point where you know how obviously sometimes there's perspective shifts between the three main characters, and And I think one time it shifts and you're just like there, aren't you?
Yes.
In a thing.
Yeah. You're right.
It's unavoidable. It's a silly game.
Silly game.
But it's definitely not a 0 out of 10.
No. It's at least a 2 out of 10.
What would I give all those games in reality?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Tell me what you give.
Heavy Rain out of 10.
We're talking just out of 10, no halves.
That game's like
when it came out. We're talking about when it came out.
I get that an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. FF15.
I love that game, but I'll say it's an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Hearthstone is like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. Angry Birds.
I give it like a 6.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Yeah. In terms of mobile games at the time.
Yeah, it's quite fun. GTA 5, I give it like a 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love that game.
Wow. Fair enough.
I liked the story actually.
You are
I like the story. And I didn't even play any multiplayer.
You're one of the gamer community that are as low as the characters in the game.
Well, I don't know where to go there.
I don't know how to respond. Okay, right. We come to the centerpiece of this podcast.
Okay.
Now, I had written down here. I did text you about this, and just to get a couple of the ideas flowing. And I'm pretty sure you said, "Oh, why don't we call it this?" And I went, "Yeah, that's a good idea." And then I didn't write down what you said we should call this part. So I've got written down here that this is called Pitch Me the Future. Do you remember what you told me to call it?
Future Sailors.
Future Sailors. That's what this is called. This is the new segment, Future Sailors.
That's a Mighty Boosh reference.
That is. Good stuff. Right, I have written down here 3 different games, okay? They are games that have been in series. So they are part of a series of games. And I want to look at the future of these franchises or these series, because I think there is a high. I'm gonna say a high to very high chance we will get another entry in these games. So we're gonna do it in alphabetical order.
Oh, okay.
Just to take you off kilter a bit. So first of all, I'm gonna pitch you the game, which is Bioshock 3. Now, this isn't the 4th.
Oh, so it's being called Bioshock 3.
So this is the thing. When I say what the game name, this is the game name. This would be Bioshock 4 technically.
I've got written down on my sheet Bioshock 4.
Yeah, no. The game is called Bioshock 3. Okay. And I've got five things for each series that I want to kind of discuss and where we think it should go, because I think these are the kind of tentpoles of that game. If you think there's anything else, then let me know. So Bioshock 3. I've written down location, characters, time period, themes, and gameplay changes. So, what's your thoughts? Bioshock 3.
I'm going to tell you, I've not stuck to your
that's okay. No, that is absolutely fine. I think these were guides.
Well, those two are actually. I think the Bioshock one's the one that I've done the least for. I'd say.
Yeah.
I've definitely done location. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I was thinking, Bioshock 1.
Yeah.
Is set in Rapture.
Yeah.
Bioshock 2.
Yeah.
Is set in Rapture.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite is set in Columbia.
Yeah.
The floating thing.
True.
So I was thinking Bioshock 3.
And then it had its DLC, which kind of was
in Rapture as well.
Yeah, like your Bioshock
Rapture's
2 to your Bioshock 1.
Underwater city, for those of you who haven't played it.
Yeah.
Bioshock 3.
Mm-hmm.
Give me space.
Space.
Give me space.
Okay, when you say give me space, I know what you mean, but I don't know what you mean. So are we on a space station? Are we on an alien are we on Venus?
No, we're on a space station.
We're on a space station.
But it's not just going to look like a space game. It's going to look like it's going to look probably similar to how the technology is in Columbia and Rapture, but just on like a sort of kind of like how it's like sort of moving through space, but it's still got your open areas kind of thing, because it is massive.
Okay, so we're in a
like a big space station kind of thing.
Yeah, we're in a big old place and we're hurtling through space.
Characters?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably.
Do we talk? Do we talk this time or do we not? Because the first two we didn't talk.
No, and we talked in Infinite, didn't we?
We did talk in Infinite.
No.
We don't. We're back to the silent protagonist.
Silent protagonist.
Okay.
Because it's probably a twist or something.
Okay.
It's probably a twist.
Oh, that you are a robot and that's why you can't talk. You're a machine.
No, that's bad.
Okay, that's bad. That's terrible. Okay.
Time frame.
Yes.
Well, it's weird, isn't it, how Bioshock works?
It is weird. We have never been post 19 something.
Yeah. So I think we're still in that time, but I think it's in a reality where things have progressed a little bit.
Okay. We've gone through another tear.
Yeah. So we're still probably maybe like the 1940s.
Oh, but we're in space. So we're a future.
This reality is like
yeah.
A little bit more sort of technologically advanced.
Yeah.
I thought about the themes actually because they all kind of have a sort of they sort of look at some kind of ideology that's been taken to an extreme. Yeah. So whether that was like complete libertarianism in Rapture, or whether that was like nationalism in Infinite, I thought, what could be another thing that people could take too far? And I thought, what about environmentalism?
Ooh,
what if this was what if everything in this was like, you can't have any like waste, and like, so you like shoot a gun and a shell like falls out, and like the more shells fall out, someone then comes after you.
Okay, environmentalism.
Like the more waste, the more waste you leave somewhere, you get a different ending at the end of the game. That's very Bioshock.
That is. I like that.
So I thought that might be quite cool.
And that's also controversial to do that, which I feel like is...
It's got to be controversial.
Yeah, I feel like Bioshock's always... It's not like right in your face controversial, but it has something controversial about it. So
I thought that could work quite well, actually. The more I think about this...
Yeah, and that leans into that... You can lean into that stereotypical space station, like pure, everything is so pristine and clean looking. Yeah. And that's because of the fact that they are
that's good.
So perfect in their ways.
Big step siblings or something. I don't know.
Big step siblings.
We've had big daddies.
Big daddies, little sisters.
Okay, because there should be big brothers, I guess, couldn't they? Okay. For some reason, I thought we already had brothers.
Yeah, although Bioshock Infinite, we didn't technically have like that.
What did we have? We had big.
Well, we had
handyman.
We had multiple different, more advanced enemy types.
What was the bird called? Was that 2? No, the bird was in.
Bird was in Infinite. Yeah, Songbird. Yeah. So you had handymen with the big guys that kind of look like big daddies. You also had the like raven guys, which had like a sword and they shot out ravens.
Oh yeah.
You had the flame guys that chucked flame balls that were in like a kind of suit, a metal suit. You also had the Children of Silence, I think, or People of Silence, which they're like little boys with like horns coming out the side of their head with a screech.
Those are cool.
Yeah. Very cool designs, but
then I was thinking, does there have to be, because like
there doesn't have to be your,
but I think there has to be, doesn't there, a lighthouse? Isn't that part of Bioshock lore? There has to be a lighthouse.
There has to be a lighthouse. There has to be a man, and there has to be a girl. I think are the 3 things it says. There's always a lighthouse.
There has to be a lighthouse that is somehow like connected to the space station.
Yeah. Well,
kind of like Columbia, basically. You go way further.
You can have a space light station.
Yeah.
Which allows
lighthouse
people,
in space.
Lighthouse in space. We could start bringing into like that space is almost like a sea. So you're floating along and the lighthouse guides you through, because there's all of a sudden there's like a black matter or something and you can't see what's through there. But the lighthouse will guide you through.
Yeah, just the idea of like a big daddy out in space. That's cool. That is cool.
Yeah.
Is there a bit where you're a big daddy out in the water? Is that in 2?
Well, 2 you are a big daddy the whole way.
Yeah. Do you go out into the water?
Yes. Yeah, which are the kind of little tranquil, quiet moments.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Oh, so you can do some bits where you go outside of the space station, floating around, doing stuff. I feel like there must be. Are we having like a mech vibe at all at any points?
Or?
Because surely with current day stuff, AI is the natural.
Yeah.
Is the enemy. I think we're verging actually into System Shock here, but we need it with the Bioshock name.
Actually.
Let's just say it's coming around full circle for them.
Because what's the point? Are there people on this space station, or is it like AI has decided to run away from Earth because we're wasting so much energy? And good question. I
feel
like there needs to be a person.
I feel like we need inhabitants here.
Yeah.
Delusional.
What are they called? The ones that go crazy? Splicers. That's cool. Yeah. They're cool. They're horrible, but they're cool.
So space splicers. Obviously not called that, but people who are crazy in the head.
I would just, because obviously like when they did Bioshock 2, they had the Big Sister.
Big Sister, yeah.
And then obviously there's like Handyman and the Songbird and Infinite. I would just try and I would just go back. I would like take a step back instead of trying to like make the new thing. I'd go, we're having Big Daddies on this spaceship because they're sick.
Okay,
because they look so cool.
Yeah, they're iconic.
But like not. But then you'd update them slightly.
To be fair, we are back to the Bioshock numbered.
Yeah.
So maybe you can have strains that have come through.
Mm.
So
just imagine
Space Big
Daddy just like drilling someone, and then someone else come and clean all the mess up.
Yes, exactly. They've done it into
the little
war.
sisters.
The little sisters, the space little sisters.
But now maybe they're older.
Space teen girls.
No, that sounds like a different. But they're like sexy.
Like,
do you know what I mean? And they like go on, they like clean everything up. Okay. Because then it sells, doesn't it, as well?
Oh, sex sells. Yeah,
sex sells. So you put that into the trailers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gameplay changes. We're a guy, right? We're a human.
We could be a girl. We could be a lady.
Or we could be a girl. Okay,
Why
yeah.
not?
So I meant we are a human.
We're a human for sure.
So we've got lasers.
But maybe that's the twist because we're silent.
Yes.
So maybe we're not really human.
Ooh,
Would you kindly?
Would you kindly?
Yeah, we could play
Lasers?
as... Maybe it doesn't matter then. Maybe you could pick to play as a male or female.
Oh, I like that choice.
But is it really a choice?
Ooh, good
a man chooses a slave obeys.
So we are a slave. Lasers. I want lasers.
Yeah, of course it'd be lasers.
Yeah,
of course there'd be some... What are they called? Vigors? No. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you...
What was it in the original one? Oh my goodness.
This is terrible. Afterlife. Oh my
That's
God.
an Arcade Fire song. What are they called? The upgrade, the things that make the splices go crazy. Plasmids. Are you embarrassed that I got that before you?
I am very embarrassed.
So yeah, there's definitely going to be some plasmids, vigors, whatever you want to call them. They'd have a new name, I reckon.
Yeah.
Space drugs.
Space liquid. Yeah.
We're not the
space
we're
yogurt.
not ideas.
Yogurt.
Space yogurt. Yeah.
Lasers.
Yeah, I didn't think much about gameplay. I think
no. Yeah. Well, I think it will be back to first-person shooter-esque.
Yeah. I think maybe you might have one or two big center like sort of showpiece bits like in Infinite, where you could like do the hook.
Yeah.
There'd
well, I
like
think you have zero gravity.
Zero
moments.
G bits. Yeah.
Zero G moments.
They're like crazy. Like because whenever like you had zero G in like Dead Space, it was all very sort of quiet and you couldn't move very well. But I think this is
get mental.
Yeah.
Also, maybe a little booster.
Oh yeah.
So you can jump up to if there's a stairs, you can just boycott the stairs. Jump
and you
up.
can kind of use it as like a double jump.
Yeah.
Oh, double jump.
Here we go. This is a cool game we're making.
Wall running?
No. Don't be silly.
Or the option of wall running's there, but you'd leave dirt on the walls.
Which increases your carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Your
literal carbon footprint.
Okay, I'm liking it.
Did you have any? Sorry, was this all just
no?
Were you adding your?
So this I wanted you to think about this. I will add my few little bits every now and then. I really like that idea. I think the only issue with Space is that we're verging on a couple of other games.
It's also been done so much, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But I just thought, what's the other?
Well, that's the thing. So
natural progression. The
things are System Shock and Prey, which are the two things you end up kind of trampling on. However, I still think what we said is a pretty cool idea. Now, my controversial thought, if it's called Bioshock 3, is we are back in Rapture.
Yeah, it's been long enough actually that it could totally be back in Rapture.
It could be back in Rapture. Time frame, I think you either go two extremes. You either go like way like when it's being made or something like you are friends with Andrew Ryan when it's being made or something. Or you are Andrew Ryan. No, that'd be crazy.
No. Prequels.
Or super late when everyone's deserted it and now something's happening again in it.
Yeah.
So Jack has saved the little sisters. They're really happy. They get out because you get the good ending, obviously.
Is there a canon ending?
The good ending is canon because of Burial at Sea. The whole point of
well, I suppose any ending can really technically.
Yeah, although the whole point of Liz doing her ace in the hole thing was to get Jack in order to save the little sisters. So the whole point and the reason why she could then die and finish her storyline was that she knew that Jack would be good, basically saying that the good ending was the
right.
canon.
Okay.
So it is meant to be the canon one, but yeah,
deep,
you do, yeah,
deep.
That's some serious
lore
Bioshock lore there. Lore, yeah, lore. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And spoilers.
Really, yeah, huge spoilers. Sorry about that. Too late. When we're talking about Bioshock 3, I think you should expect it. So spoilers for the next couple of games.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's my main things. I think if we're back in Bioshock, I would love to see. I think I would prefer to see post everything, and now some crazy man's coming back to Rapture to bring the idea back to life or something. A post Andrew Ryan life. But you see like the remnants of it. So there's
let's do a crazy. I think we have a crazy woman.
Yeah.
Because I think we've had like lots of crazy men. We had what was Comstock.
We
had Andrew Ryan. We had Atlas. We had who's the really good? What was that really good bit in Bioshock 1? The guy that you're taking the photos of all the dead bodies.
Oh, the doctor.
That's so
no,
I was talking about he's making an art piece.
Sorry.
It's amazing.
Keep talking.
Yeah. I think we could have a crazy sort of woman. There was a woman in Bioshock Infinite that you end up. I think Liz stabs maybe. She kills her towards the end.
Yeah, Daisy Fitzroy.
Yeah. That's a
leader
whole
of
the like the revolution. Good work. The Vox Populi. So yeah, I think you'd do anyone really in Bioshock 3.
Yeah. Sander Cohen.
Yeah.
Very,
That's
very
a great
cool.
bit in that game.
Yeah. He's such a cool character.
Yeah.
In that game. A real highlight.
Can you kill him at the end? It's like you can kind of.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Trying to choose it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Excellent. Yeah. So I like the idea of you going back in and there's just like Big Daddy drills like in the side of the wall, like like disconnected type of thing. Like there's like remnants of what you had seen previously lifted around. It's very dark and dingy.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's Bioshock 3. Love it. We're on to something.
Okay.
Next up, Final Fantasy 16, aka a non-MMO game.
Cool. So not an online game, just the next actual entry.
The next installment on the single-player game. Or will it be single-player? Yes, the next single-player game in the series. Again, I've got a couple of points were location/design, small or big party, gameplay style, the story, and the kind of how much of an RPG do you want to make it? So how many mechanics do you want to build it in? Do you want it to be more action focused, more heavy RPG with the kind of little pointers I had?
Yep.
So tell me about Final Fantasy 16. What have we got?
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
I want a fantasy setting.
Okay, we're talking mages, things like that.
We're talking mages. We're talking shields.
Bows. Yeah.
Black, white mages.
Yeah.
I don't want any electronic tech or robot enemies or...
Okay.
I don't want any of that.
Airships, are they out of the question?
Airships are fine.
If they're slightly
it doesn't
mechanical?
have to be... Well, yeah, so what I said here was I could maybe go with like a sort of steampunkish thing.
Okay.
I could do with that if it was mechanical, but I don't want any robots.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
You're not going to be fighting a mecha...
Like, that was one
animal.
thing that I just... When Final Fantasy 15 came out, I was like, oh, this is cool and everything. It looks great, but... Oh, it's still
quite
robots.
future.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then I was sucked in by the story and other stuff in that game. Fancy setting, no electronic enemies or anything like that. Steampunk maybe. Give me that.
Okay.
That's what I want.
So that is the design, the location. We're talking vistas for you to walk across. We're talking oceans, forests.
Yeah.
These kind of things. Mountain ranges.
Like 15 was very that. 13 was really kind of mixed in the end.
Yeah, location-wise kind of mixed, but then almost every animal was some sort of robotic thing.
12 is...
12 is very fancy.
Yeah, but
there's guns.
Yeah, I want even that gone.
Yeah, no guns.
I want slightly even more fancy than 12.
Yeah.
Much more fancy than 10.
Yeah.
9 is the level of fancy that I kind of want to go with.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm feeling that. It's been long enough.
Yeah. 9 is kind of where I want is where the main inspiration for this is.
Yeah. Okay.
In a couple of different reasons.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, side note, I'm a huge fan of 9. I think it's my favourite Final Fantasy, but it does feel like we have gone. It felt like, I think actually some of the guys who did 9 said, we felt like we were going to do a bit of a reset on everything when we did this game. We were a bit nervous because of how 7 and 8 were so popular and got sold so well, but they were quite kind of techie based, kind of futuristic almost. So we thought this is going to be a bit of a punt with this, but I feel like we're there again. We should be there again.
Like another reset is what we need for sure.
Yeah.
So in terms of like characters and stuff, all I've really said here is I want a big party.
Okay. What does big mean?
Well,
8?
Yeah, I just like the idea of having a big group that you can kind of, trade in and out, get the party that you want.
Certain battles are better when you sub in certain people.
But I also like the idea of having the sort of, again, I think 9 does this best, having the sort of this party you're off doing this party you're off doing this. So you swap
you can split between. Yeah, it does that quite often actually.
Yeah, so again, I think like that's such a cool idea.
Yeah. Have them all to come together, obviously, for let's say 60-70% of the time.
Yeah.
But have plenty of time where you are split into two.
The party gathers in the first 10 hours, and then is gone for another 10 hours, and then you come back for the ending.
Yeah, that's a good way to mitigate having, because I think often if you have a 8 people in a party for the whole game, you pick your favourite 4 and that's basically it. So that kind of gives you
like Final Fantasy 12, like it definitely wasn't, I don't think it was 8 people, but it probably wasn't far off actually.
Yeah.
But basically like there was a couple of characters that I was just like, I'm not going to use them.
Yeah.
But then the other thing I said leading up to that was like, I kind of want it to be more of a personal story, which is kind of weird because actually 15 was quite a personal story.
It was very grand, but it was also, as you say, was...
But I want... The problem was it was personal, but your main character was a prince of this place who was betrothed to this princess of another place. And I was like... I thought it was really cool and I loved it, but I want it a bit more like how like 12 it's just a street rat, like kind of like in like 9 again, he was just a
random boy kind of. I was going to ask you this, which I think obviously I'd still be really keen for us to do in the future, a Final Fantasy episode where we talk about lots of different things. We need to play, each of us need to play more of some of them to I think dig deep, so we'll do that in the future. We'll keep that.
So I feel like for example like 7, 9, 10, 12, 15 and almost 6. I feel quite good talking about those. Yeah. Definitely not the before 6. I've not touched any of them.
No.
8, I really do need to play.
But we'll keep that as a future thing.
Yeah.
But one of the things I was going to say, which I was kind of thinking this recently, actually. I think it might have been when I was just putting this down. Was, do Final Fantasy stories work best when the main character is not the main character of the story, and not sole purpose, but main purpose is to help another character in the team win the day, basically. So you're the main character, aka the character who you basically spend all the time with.
So like Vaughn, Zidane, Tidus.
Exactly. Are all servicing the all of them are women in this kind of thing, but it could be anyone. Servicing them doing a bigger thing. So they aren't actually the main guy.
That's a really interesting question to discuss. My off-the-cuff answer to you right now is the consistency level, they're probably better. But I think the best story is the one where you play as Cloud Strife, who is the main character.
I was going to say 7.
That's what I think.
Cloud is absolutely just the main... Okay.
For sure.
No, that makes sense.
But again, like... I mean, 12, I can't remember how people really feel about 12 generally. Yeah. It was like my first one I played, so obviously I love it. So, but like, Vaughn, you're
like
nothing.
You're nothing compared to it.
And that's kind of, we should shelve this, I think. Yeah. We're going off topic.
No, that's okay. Yeah. So,
I could talk about 12 for hours.
Yeah.
I very nearly bought Zodiac Age the other day as well.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Anyway.
Yeah. So we've got, so we'll go big party, But split it up for
split it up,
fair
allow
bit of the game.
Really personally, and then the next thing I wrote was, let's have a love story. Let's have an actual real love story, because 13 there was not really for that, especially not your main character.
No,
sure.
not at all.
15. Big spoilers for Final Fantasy 15 right now.
Yeah.
There was obviously a love story, but it was more about your kind of legacy of of the sort of country that Noctis was from, and then obviously your love interest dies.
What? I didn't know that.
Game, yeah.
No, joking,
but you don't really ever have much interactions with her. It's really cool. It's very. No, I won't say that because it's going to spoil another game. But it's similar of other games in the series where similar things have happened.
Yeah.
Let's have like a love story again.
Yeah.
I think because we haven't had that. I can't remember 12 really. I don't think there is. I think Varn there's some stuff.
Yeah, Varn has a bit of a flirty nature about him, but not. Isn't it really Bash kind of fancies Ash? Yeah. I think they kind of...
There's Penelo as well, but I don't think they were more just chums, weren't they?
They're childhood friends.
Chums.
So
like we've not had it since probably 10.
Yeah, 10 is just a straight up love story.
And I think 9 kind of goes there.
Yeah, 9.
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, Zidane and Yuno.
And 8, I think
not
is...
Yuno, sorry. Dagger.
Yeah.
8's a love story, isn't it?
I don't know enough about it, but apparently it is.
I think it is, yeah.
And 7... Not really,
but
there's stuff
has a love
after it.
Yeah.
Let's so it's been a while.
I'd actually like that,
and I worry that there's, it might be because of the fact that the graphics and everything are much better now. It might be a little bit harder to do and be cute.
Yeah. But I feel like I don't know. Final Fantasy is one of those series. I feel like people, as much as it's good to see it move forward in modern gameplay ways or whatever, or modern game conventions kind of, I feel like people are willing to give Final Fantasy a not second chance, but like a pass on it, leaning on its old tropes of itself. Like it's one of the rare series where I think you could do old style gameplay stuff or old style storytelling things and people would actually still like it because that's what they kind of they want from that. But who knows?
I think the other thing is a little bit of innocence back to it.
Yeah.
The innocence.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I miss from in my head, like 7 is quite a dark and serious game at times, but there's still really kind of like fun, innocent bits in that.
Yeah.
Like that's the impression I get when you start out with 9 and when you start 12 as well, you're very sort of like quite a young character, like whereas Noctis and Lightning, very dark, brooding,
they're already very
characters.
strong characters.
Oh yeah.
They don't really. Well, so I have a very weird relationship with 13 in that I don't really like it that much. I did end up years after getting it, finally actually finishing it, and all of a sudden, the last half an hour, it actually gets quite interesting as a story, and Lightning actually becomes fairly interesting as a character because she becomes a bit vulnerable. But for 90% of the game, she's too cold and too strong and too powerful, like controlling and stuff. So no, I think the innocence side of it would be great to bring back, but mixing in with those world-changing big event type things, like in 9, it's very very innocent the way it starts, but within the first couple of hours, there's like mass genocide happens, with the Queen just completely wipes out an entire like city for. Yeah,
it's like kind of a little bit like 6 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, then to move on to like other stuff,
gameplay. What are we doing?
Gameplay. You know my feelings. I'd love it to go turn-based,
full-on turn-based.
And what I'd love is for like them to have like hand-drawn backgrounds and stuff for it. So it just has a completely different look to it.
Yeah.
So
are we going back into a we can keep either, we don't have to go back to random encounters because that might be too archaic.
Yeah.
Maybe work, maybe.
Could do.
You could, when you hit a monster, it goes into a battle screen. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I think potentially.
Okay. Yeah,
and then I don't know really how that would work, but I just love a little bit of a throwback with it.
Yeah. Some beautifully drawn or...
And it's not like I don't like the combat of the recent ones. I think it's fun.
They've been very smooth.
And the 7 remake looks like it's...
It looks like a nice balance.
Yeah, it does. It does, and it could be that's what I want.
Yeah.
Really. And in terms of action ones, like Kingdom Hearts style is decent as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think having that turn-based but mixed with the kind of ATB gorge is that kind of where you're still like haste still matters because you're still going to fill up that board that gorge quicker.
Spells.
Yeah, proper spells
proper
coming back would be great.
Any other things that I wrote down was like I know I don't even need to really mention the music. 'Cause the music will be fantastic.
Always going to be great.
Is. And just like a bit some wacky characters.
Yeah,
some wacky characters back because like as the graphics and stuff has become more realistic, even through like 10 really from my memory of that game, there's been less of the sort of like weird characters. Like for example, in 7 there's Cat Sith, which is kind of like a weird like cat plushy robot thing. 9 there's is it like a frog? Kind of like a frog.
Why? I'd hate doing podcasts. Yeah. Every time I do a podcast, I cannot think of a Queener. That's why I was like, I was doing a like side tactic there to think of it. Queener, who is like a giant pink frog thing in a like maid's outfit or like a chef's outfit, basically, with a giant fork as her weapon. I've always assumed Queen is a her. I'm not actually sure if she is. It might be he. Anyway.
But yeah, so like just some wacky characters.
Yeah.
Like wacky people.
And also those wacky characters.
Innocence.
Yeah,
so innocence. It's fun, right?
But have some also wacky side characters. And I love this about old Final Fantasy games, is wacky side characters, which when they come into the scene, their bit of music starts playing. Like, but it's always a bit of a boom, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
Also, give me some fucking Moogles.
Yes. We need the Moogles back.
Some Moogles.
We need magic. We need
real
Moogles.
spells, Moogles.
Save crystals.
Oh, yes.
Save stations.
Oh.
You can't do it in a menu. You've got to go to the crystal to save.
Yeah. That's what you need. Come on.
Yeah. And also, I love the old idea where when you go to that save thing, it restores you your HP and MP.
Yeah.
So it's an automatic heal.
Do you remember in 12 there were crystals that were like fake crystals?
So yes, they were like an enemy, weren't they?
You had to press it and you think you're getting HP back and then it's just an enemy. You're like, damn.
What was so you had blue crystals which are save and orange were travelling ones?
Yeah, fast travels.
Yeah. Excellent.
Man.
Love that.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah. Magic. We need magic back. We really need it back properly. Excellent. I think I would actually pretty much completely agree with everything you said there.
I love Final Fantasy.
I think the modernisation of FF9 with a few of the influences of some of the other games you'd end up making it would be spectacular, and I think people really want that. I really
feel like they do.
Yeah,
maybe we just want it.
Maybe
can they just make it for us?
If I win the Euro Millions, I'm going to fund that game.
I don't think that'll be enough money.
81 million. It can't be that much.
Don't know.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Probably to get the licensing of Final Fantasy 16.
No, I'll go give Konami. Here's a cash injection of 60 million. Do it.
I reckon if you gave the money to Konami, they'd be like, what?
You know what I'll do actually? I'll actually buy out the Squaresoft part of Square Enix and rebuild Squaresoft.
Or go to Konami and buy the Fox engine.
Yes.
And the rights to Metal Gear.
Yes.
And give it to Kojima.
See, I didn't put that down as one of the potential games because I
just can't.
I can't deal with that ever being a thing.
Right.
Next.
Are we moving on?
We're moving on.
Because this is the one, right,
yeah,
where I've probably not written as much like detail.
Yeah.
But if this game is made, 100%, I will put money right now that this is what the game will be made.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. So, the next game is, and remember, this is the name.
Yeah.
So that was Final Fantasy XVI.
Okay.
This is Uncharted V5.
And so there obviously would be a semi, like a colon something.
Yes,
all of them
you're right.
You're
very good.
Yeah, it would be Uncharted 5 something.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
The Uncharted 5 Underwater Fun. Okay?
That's a horrible name for a game. Right.
Okay, my little bullet points were, talk to me about a protagonist, a time period, a location, gameplay changes, and are there any RPG elements being brought into it?
Okay, right. So,
sorry. I just really need, on the topic of RPG stuff, going back to the Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
On the RPG side of it, I want some sort of license board, sphere grid, something like that, where you can move around, pick up new spells, health, buffs, things like that.
Oh, big Final Fantasy question for you in a second. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah. And then, as part of that as well, Final Fantasy X did this, and I love that it did it, is they brought in a full mechanic that you could make your own weapon. You start off a baseline sword, and you pick up either kind of diagram-esque type things, or you have resources which give you plus 25% attack, or things like that, and you can imbue it with, say you pick up a weapon, it's a gladiator sword, right? It's got 2 slots. You can take them away, fill them in with new things. Oh, you pick up a gladiator sword, it's got 4 slots. You can make this one much better. So,
because I was going to ask, like, what, is the weapons like the character has a weapon and then it can be upgraded, or is it you can just give them any weapon?
You are somewhat class based dependent. So, for example, a mage would not hold a sword.
Yeah.
However, you have a couple of different variants. So you may have a sword, a double-handed sword. There will be multiple different ones. So you would have a blood sword, and that would give you back 10% of your health, or whatever. A gladiator sword, which was quick, or something like that, or slow.
Weapon.
Ultimate weapon. Every character also has an ultimate weapon, so a legendary weapon. You cannot make a weapon that's better than that weapon. However, you can make weapons right up until being better than that. And you can take a poor normal weapon and make it almost as good as a much higher level other weapon. Cool. That is, I want that so badly in a Final Fantasy game. I miss it.
Was 15 not a bit like that?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it did. It just wasn't quite.
It wasn't really as necessary.
It wasn't necessary. I don't think you like. So in 10, there's 40 different swords, and they range from having loads of different stats. And basically, you would take one of those and then customize that version of it. Type thing. Whereas I feel like in 15, you kind of have more base, like maybe a couple of different ones.
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. It's been a while. 2016. Yeah.
We need that. Okay.
Uncharted 5.
Uncharted 5 : something.
Right. End of Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
There was the epilogue.
Yeah.
Do you have? I'm asking you a question right on the podcast again. How long after was the epilogue, from like the end of Uncharted 4 to the epilogue? Because how old is the girl basically?
The girl is, I think, I actually recently played it. I don't remember exactly, but I have a feeling the girl is meant to be like between the ages of 8 and 12.
Okay.
Because she's playing Crash. She's good at Crash.
So between the ages of 8 and 12. So my game is about 18 years after Uncharted 4.
After the epilogue.
Maybe even 20 years after Uncharted 4.
Okay, so we're talking about a...
Nathan Drake.
Yeah. I was about to say we're talking about a 30-year-old woman, but no. Tell me more. Keep talking.
Old Drake.
Old Drake.
And when I say old,
we're back with Drake.
Right. So hear me out.
Okay.
Old Drake. Drake is like mid-50s.
No, I think he'd be pushing 60s at this point.
Okay.
Because he's probably in his 30s.
I think it's like mid-30s, is he?
Mid-30s, plus 10 years for the daughter.
So 40 odd.
45. Plus
let's say he's knocking on 60.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now...
Old Daddy Nate. Yeah.
Okay. He is married to Elena. Everything's gone great. Mm-hmm. His daughter, whose name I can't remember, she has gone missing.
Oh.
Okay. Now... You play a game. Now, I kind of feel like I'm kind of
I just started
nicking
licking my
Witcher
lips
3 story a little bit.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Yeah.
But you're basically trying to find her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she has taken in Daddy's footsteps. She's become a bit of an adventurer.
A wild child.
Yeah, a bit of a wild child. And so you're kind of at points where you're like, you might play a little bit as her. Kind of similar how like Geralt will find out a little what Ciri's done, then you play a bit of Ciri and like
filling in the story.
So you're playing parts as old Drake and you're playing parts as his daughter. When you're playing as old Drake, your gameplay is like hampered. Yeah, because he's old. He isn't like jumping on rocks or stuff.
Yeah, there's no swinging around kind of massively. Yeah,
and like you feel like it's probably been a while since he's killed a man.
So like, he is full on retirement.
There's sort of like a weight to what he's doing. Like if you have to like kill someone, like it's a struggle, and he's gonna struggle with it.
And we're not gonna put him in a position where there's 30 guys in front of him that he has to mow down. We're going to do it where there's maybe one guy and it's a big decision: do we kill him or not?
Yeah, I think that's what you want to bring into it more.
You rein back the kind of monster cabinet of kind of people running at you,
and then I think Sully might be dead. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he might be dead, and I think that might be sort of quite an emotional thing for him at points where he might say something like, he might make a jump that a 60-year-old man probably shouldn't be able to make, and he might wisecrack or something, and then there's
just nothing.
Oh, I'm talking about that. I'm getting the feel.
At one point, can we visit Sully's grave?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, when you're playing as his daughter, she's like even more athletic than Nate was. Like, she can do everything. She's got the like the swing rope thing from
the little hook.
The hook, and I think in my head I'm like, she maybe gets captured at some point, and he's going to try and rescue. But the twist is, she gets out. She's fine.
Yeah.
And Nathan Drake gets captured himself in trying to do it. And like halfway through that game, it switches, and
to
you're
then being her for the majority of it.
And you basically say, you go and save him.
This is what I was thinking.
And it's like a passing. Is that what you were thinking as well?
Yeah,
like a passing the torch kind of thing, like.
Because I love that, and I love the symbolism of it in terms of Uncharted.
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna walk all over Lara Croft. That's fine, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, for sure.
Do it
for sure.
Do it. You were influenced by her initially.
Yeah.
And she came back being influenced you, and now we're just gonna take her meal. Yeah. She seems to be lagging behind. So.
But then I like, as I'm talking about it, I'm getting other little ideas for bits. Like, for example, biggest criticism of the Uncharted games, apart from like, it's a movie with
beyond the
stuff stuff, like the fact that Drake has murdered, like he's like a proper murderer.
Yeah, he's a pretty bad human being.
I'm just imagining, like, let's say like you are playing a part as Drake.
Yeah.
Maybe after she's escaped from prison and she's trying to escape out.
Yeah.
And you are on a bit where you're doing a little bit of like, is like kind of like trying to run through a bit and jump, but obviously you can't do it as well. So it's quite a slow bit where you're having to work out what to do.
Yeah.
And then you see one of these gun battles going on.
Yeah.
And you literally are like, oh my God, look, like these people are just getting blown away, and it's your daughter, and she is doing just like, and maybe it cuts back and forth, and then eventually you meet up and she like almost shoots you.
Yeah.
And then you sort of get this realization of all these people you've killed, and like you're seeing yourself in her. Yeah. And then that kind of like that realization of what he's done
what he's created out of his daughter.
Yeah. And like I was just thinking that's such a cool, like.
I love it. I see one of the big things, Cassie.
Is that his daughter's name?
Is his daughter.
Cool.
So he's like, Cassie? And she's like, Dad? One of the things which when I was doing a little bit of thinking about this, and it's very similar to what you've said about the switch up kind of halfway through, and now you are her, and she's taking on the baton, basically. And in terms of not just the baton of being the adventurer, but also being the main focus of the game, and being the way you play, I was thinking of a similar thing in terms of you start out with Nate or something, and then at some point it switches to be his daughter. Yeah. And I just thought back and I was like, I feel like there may well have been another example of this. I feel like we're itching for the surprise and the complete wool over your eyes moment of a Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, that sort of
like
bait and switch.
That kind of Snake is the whole thing. Even all the trailers, it's Snake. And then suddenly Raiden comes in and he's the main character for 90% of the game.
Yeah.
That kind of thing when no one expects it. If you could pull off that kind of thing,
it would be incrable.
I would love.
I don't think this is the game for it.
No,
because
I
think you'd advertise this.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking then as well. Like, imagine. So Uncharted 3, there's a couple of levels where you play as, actually in 4 as well. You play as young.
Yes.
Nathan. And it starts off and you're him, and there's a bit where you're sneaking through a museum, and just imagine when let's say like 30% of the game you're playing is old Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And then like most of the rest of the game you're playing as his daughter.
Yeah.
What if there's something that she's doing which is something that maybe like Drake failed to do? It's one artifact that he failed to find. He didn't get, or something. And she's trying to do it. And then one level just like something happens where she like falls and you're like, oh my God, it's a cliffhanger literally.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh no, she died. And then it goes black and it comes up, new chapter. and it is just full. It's proper Nathan Drake in his prime.
Yeah.
You play this little chapter.
You're doing the bit where he fails to get it.
Imagine how cool that would be.
I like
and then
that.
it's like some kind of twist about who the villain is in that bit as well. Like that's cool. Sully's there. Like, do you know what I mean?
Sully's back. Yes, I love that. Love that a lot.
Imagine that moment of when that chapter starts up, and it's probably in a similar place because she's trying to do the same, find the same artifact.
Yeah.
And it comes up, and it's Drake in his prime, and then you're just like, oh, you just get this one chapter,
this little glimpse of the old,
and then maybe the chapter ends with a sort of like fade into him. He's older. He's like, you try and make a jump, like maybe it's at the same place where he's just made this jump.
Yeah.
And then it goes back, and then the chapter ends, and it's like Drake. He stood at it's the same gap.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I can't do this.
Not today. Yeah, I think that could work very well.
I want this game now. This sounds cool.
I was always
not for a while.
Yeah, I was always kind of like, no more Uncharted. It was the perfect ending and stuff like that. But now I'm like, I think there's
a cool idea.
Just the concept of the game and what it is you can go anywhere with it, and they've set it up for potential future, which fingers crossed, something like that. I think I think that sums up pretty much most of what I would want to think.
That's made me excited talking about it.
Yeah, I think the other I would like to see I don't know how. I want to see some sort of slight shift with the gameplay. Maybe that is then because you are the daughter. The gameplay just feels a bit different in this regard. There's less
maybe she just uses a bow and arrow and not guns.
Yeah, she uses a bow and arrow and she's got her arm wrapped up kind of because she's been hurt. She's got brown hair, long brown hair, khaki trousers.
And her name's Lara.
Yeah. And we call
she raids tombs.
Uncharted Raider 4.
Yeah.
5, 6, something
like that.
This is an exciting game.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining that that E3 moment where like Naughty Dog comes up.
Yeah.
You hear Nolan North's voice as Drake, and then it pans, and he's like got a bit of a belly. And he's like all grey.
Yeah. Because they did a similar little switch thing with Uncharted 4 at the beginning, near the beginning, where you are underwater and you're like trying to find a treasure, and you finally get something, and you hook it on. And then eventually, like, it gets pulled up, and it feels really dangerous. It feels like you're in, like, the Bahamas or something like that. And you get pulled out of the water, and you're just in the middle of a city in the river, getting back the cargo from a ship that had, like, broken down or something.
It's like day job.
It's just a normal day job and stuff. So, there's a nice little switch there. So I think there's a precedent for a bit of switching up. I just feel like that reveal of the daughter and how important she is. I feel like you want to hold it as long as you can.
Oh right, yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe it isn't the right person, the right series to do it with. But I just want to see something like that. I think
like Last of Us might be the better game for that. The better.
Maybe
franchise.
that's what's going to happen.
It might
Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
Hardly seen anything of Joel so far, if anything.
What if you play most of the game as Joel?
That would be. I think that would be the switch for the worst. That's the wrong switch to do. I
feel everything's gone a bit quiet on that games front.
Yeah, well, I think the big rumour is that they were meant to be launching this year.
Oh, yeah.
And they have internally pushed it back to February time, I think it was, with Death Stranding being in a position to actually launch. So they've kind of gone, no, give Death Stranding the Christmas period.
Cool.
So yeah, that's it. Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to those 3 games when they inevitably come out in the next 2 years. I think Bioshock we might see next year. And there's a real chance we'll see that game next year. What it is, can't wait to see. Final Fantasy 16, when do we think that will be?
No, not for a while, mate.
15 was 2017, 2016.
But I think they're all working on 7, aren't they?
Oh, of course, there's 7, and that's going to be multiple years.
Multiple games as well.
Yeah, let's talk 2025.
Oh no, that's so long away.
Let's talk about the PlayStation 6 is when this Final Fantasy comes out.
Great.
You know what? Make Final Fantasy 7 remake. Make it amazing. Make it 3 games or whatever, and then
at least
just do the same to Final Fantasy 9. Just do that. Just do that, and we're 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So, good stuff. Now, bets.
Oh, we don't need to talk about the bets this time, I don't think, do we?
Do we not?
No, I don't think
okay.
so. No.
Okay. So next week's bet, we're going to talk about the bloody bet. And the reason we're going to talk about the bet is that we put a bet on last episode. and it was about a combined Metacritic score.
What a silly thing to bet about, anyway.
Combined Metacritic score of Super Mario Maker 2 and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So I believe you bet 170, and I was also going to bet 170. So I said, I've got full trust in these games. So I said 171.
Yep.
My bet. Now I went today to look at Metacritic, and I found out that Super Mario Maker 2 has an 88. Ooh, good start.
Yeah,
and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled has an 84, and that gives a score of 172, which means I win for the first time.
Broke my streak
in episode 6. I think this is episode 6. I think so.
Okay.
So that means it's 6-1. 5-1 to me. 4-1 because I don't think we did one the first week. Did we not?
I thought I'd won more than 4.
Who knows? Maybe we'll have to listen back over it.
Yeah.
So that is, let's call it 4.
Yeah. Oh, we'll call it 4.
Let's call it 4 or 5
to
to Ravenclaw.
No, I'm Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff, and 1 to Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm still got a handsome.
You're still winning.
But obviously in Quidditch, if you catch the snitch, you get 150 points.
Exactly. And ding, 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 ding. Next week is the snitch.
Is it?
No, it's not. At some point, we will do a snitch.
I don't think you know how Quidditch works, by the way.
At some point, we'll have a snitch bet. Snitch bet?
Snitch bet.
Snitch
well,
bet.
That ends the kind of run of bets.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
So, yeah, come back.
All right.
Next episode's bet is going to be Wolfenstein Young Blood comes out on the 26th of July. We are going to, at the time of recording on the next episode,
we'll do it live. We'll log into Twitch live.
We will log into Twitch live, and we will see how many people are watching that game be played. So, Christopher, how many are you saying?
I want you to say yours first.
Fine, I'll say mine first. I'm saying there will be 5,000 viewers, which I think is actually too high. But anyway, 5,000 viewers.
I was about to change to go 1 over.
Whoa!
But I'm annoyed about losing, so
mine's low.
I've said 4,999 viewers.
Oh, you are such a...
Closest wins.
So, I've got the high bet, you've got the low bet. Let's hope that it's 5,001.
No.
And that's locked in. New sound effect for this episode. And that's that. So, yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you very much, as always, for talking to me about games and geeky things,
That's
Christopher.
Right. I love it.
And we will catch you next time. Bye.
Give me some fucking Moogles.